Hello. In case anyone sees his own password in this list, okay, so you please change your password. You wanted it to be real demo, okay? So I will change your passwords after this presentation, okay? Actually, that was just some little fun with people who come to security conference and expose their passwords in clear text. Okay, so in this demonstration, I'll show you some technique which is called pass the hash. Tell me if you know what's that. Pass the hash. Have you ever tried? Were you successful? Yeah, okay. Well, in this scenario, I've got a few virtual machines, like this is the domain. The domain with servers and workstations, and say we have quite a few workstations with different operating systems. I'm a little bit old-fashioned, so this is sort of 2012, not 16, but it's okay for you. And Windows 8 and Windows 7, just to demonstrate to you that it works for plenty of operating systems, okay? Well, I'm just curious user, and let me log on and see the local user counts. This computer is joined to a domain. I don't have any privileges on this computer. Say I don't have. I'm not Lena. I'm just a visitor. So for you to see, we've got something like that. Do you use local administrator accounts on your workstations and servers in your domains? Yes, you do. Because in case the domain is not available, you need to log on and maintain the computer, right? So, do you have different usernames and passwords on each computer in the domain? Quite a few people, okay? So in most situations, you will run one and the same local admin account for all workstations. This is just life, and this is the reality, okay? So, okay, I'm not this user. This user is not privileged. So first, I will escalate my privileges, considering I have unrestricted physical access. Of course, if user would have local privileges, it's a piece of cake. But I don't have local privileges, so I will mount installation cd and reboot the machine. How much privileges you need? Well, maybe system is going to be enough for me. I'm not going to install anything, okay? I just want my command prompt. So I see disks connected to this PC and mounted, okay? On D drive, I expect to see the Windows folder, and this is it, the Windows folder on D drive. Okay, it doesn't matter. So I'm switching to D. I'm switching to System 32 folder. And what I'm gonna do, I will replace one executable. Okay? This is very old and standard trick, you know it. But I'm just explaining how quickly I'm getting the system privileges. Okay? So I will delete, I will rename utilman.exe to utilman.back, just in case. It's okay, renamed, and copy cmd.exe on top of utilman.exe. Yeah, all right. That's it. I do not need this compute this anymore, and I will reboot the system. I have just replaced one single executable. This is not anything new to you. Okay, so now I'm system. Who am I? I'm still on local machine. But you see, the issue is that a local machine, one single PC is not enough for me. I want all the network. How do I do that? First, I will dump hashes from local SAM. Okay. To do this, I need to download some particular executable. And I will do this with PowerShell. PowerShell, and I will execute the command. You know this command, how to download something from the internet? Which one? Invoke web request. And this is going to be HTTP, some HTTP website, freewdss2016.eu. Files, and this is going to be CQ hash dump version 2.exe. Do you know this file? No? This is just updated hash dump from Sequire. You know Paula Yunishkevich? She presented this executable in her webinars. Okay, so and out file C Windows like CQ hash dump version 2.exe. Yeah, this is going to be what I want, probably. Well, the file has been downloaded, and now I can dump hashes. /sam dump. And now tell me what you see. LM and anti-LM hashes. LM hash is one and the same, so I don't care. It's empty, it doesn't work, but anti-LM hash. And exactly in particular, I want this one, local admin, which has local administrative privileges, right? Because this one is disabled by default, but it's enabled by default where? On servers, okay? And you know what? Even in case you have renamed this user, I don't care, because I will get the hash of user with relative ID 500, okay? So in this case, I'm copying anti-LM hash of local admin. The issue that previously was sometimes like, you need to crack this hash to get the password, but I will not lose my time. I will use this hash immediately to execute executables with those credentials, okay? So I will not lose my time cracking this hash. I will just use it. To do this, I will launch PowerShell on my own physical PC. PowerShell, okay. And I will also need the Mimikatz. PowerShell, no, not yet. Just Mimikatz, yeah. Let's begin with Mimikatz. PowerShell I will use just a little bit later. In Mimikatz, I will execute some particular command. First of all, I need to get debug privilege. Okay, I am local administrator of my own PC. This is it. And now I'm calling secure LSA module, pass the hash, and I will execute CMD with the username of local admin and the domain of localhost and the anti-LM hash, which I would like to paste. You know what? I will dump it to a file. Just a file. This is the limitation of this virtualization of virtual machine, that I cannot copy-paste this hash, but it doesn't really matter. So it's enough for system. I can log on as another user, or just copy this file. Okay, now I expect the copy-paste feature will work. Well, and now it comes to something interesting. I'm like peer on my own machine, but now I have the access token for remote machine with this local admin. Let me check it. Let me list the C drive of this Windows 7. Now tell me, who is permitted to connect to share C drive? C dollar. Yes, and? And backup operators, okay? So I have some privileges on that remote machine. That's not enough for me. I will execute one more CMD. Guess why? I want to log on, okay, to another machine. First, PSExec 64, and I will connect to DSS Windows 7 and launch cmd.exe. Just to be sure I'm administrator. So host name is DSS Windows 7, you see it. And who am I? I'm local admin. And now something funny. Again, I have owned this machine with physical access. It's not interesting completely. I want to own all the workstations. Now having the NTLM hash of local admin, I can expand to all the network. So I will connect to the next virtual machine. So PSExec 64, DSS Windows 8, cmd.exe. Who am I? And host name. So I'm again local admin and connected to another machine. Now tell me how much time you need to own, say, 100 machines. Five seconds? Half a second, no. But say 5 seconds and 100 machines are yours. And again, how it was like. I got the hash from local SAM of some particular workstation. Then I have used the Mimikatz with pad the hash attack, and I have connected to all the workstations in this network by using this limited, or not limited, unlimited local administrator account. Okay. What next? This is just the beginning. The Windows 7 machine is not as interesting to me. Why? I will tell you. Because who was logged onto this machine? Not much people. The limited user and local admin, that's it. But I want to hack into the main controller. I want to own the domain admin privileges, okay? So this is some game. Not on this machine. I will expand to all the workstations, and eventually I will find that particular workstation where technical support stuff works, okay? Or domain administrator has been logged on, or another IT guy. Anyway, I know currently, just to speed up the demonstration, I know that on this Windows 8 machine, there are some special users, okay? So I will continue my hack. First, I will download to that Windows 8 machine process dumper, and I will dump all SAS memory to a file, and I will copy this file to my machine and analyze it with Mimikatz. Okay. So PowerShell, and again, there can be some issue. Let me show you. Okay, I can use the invoke web request commandlet again. Yeah, but sometimes you need to encode your commands because you cannot use that. How do you call them?
Double quotes.
Double quotes, yeah. You cannot use double quotes. So you can either do it like from your workstation, ITSEC, cmd, c PowerShell, and some command, something. Let me show you. It's possible to do it like that. I will do it in a little different way. I will execute cmd.exe, and then from that cmd.exe, I will execute PowerShell command. PowerShell encrypted command, not encrypted, no, encoded command. And this command going to be the same invoke web request. Let me write it down somewhere. Invoke web request HTTP 3W DSS 2016 EU, and what was that executable? I will check it like from website. I want this one. So back to command line, and this is gonna be this one. Like this one. But the issue is that in case when you cannot use double quotes, you can encode this command by using base64. And I will show you how to do this in my PowerShell. So say the command is exactly this one. My command, invoke web request. Okay, that's cool. Now, I will use this PowerShell command to encode it to base64 string. Okay. Let me show you how it looks like this one. So you can actually call it like PowerShell dash encoded command and paste this string. I have prepared it before presentation, so this is this one. And exactly this command I will execute on the remote machine. Probably. Let's check if this is going to work. Well, web request completed. So I have downloaded. I have owned the machine. I have connected to remote command prompt and then launched PowerShell and downloaded the file to that owned machine. Okay, do you understand that? Okay. Now I will use this file to dump process RAM, and this is going to be like, yeah, where I am. Yeah, on that remote machine. Process dump 64. Accept EU law. You know why? Because this process dump comes from sysinternals. Is it your favorite website, systemtones.com? Yes, it is. And in particular, I will dump RAM of LSASXZ. So the dump file has been copied to a local C drive. How do you think if I'm able to copy this file to my machine? Of course, because I have an access to $C$share. Okay, I'll just rename this file. I'll copy it like that. Okay, so now I'm on my own machine. I will copy from DSS Windows 8 C drive and let it be like that. To C VHD, probably like that. So this file is copied on to my machine. When you perform scripted attack, this takes few seconds, of course. You just execute psexec, you spawn the process on remote machine, you download something, dump RAM, copy this RAM to your machine, this file, and delete them, and that's it. So, okay, now I'm on my own machine, and let me check if I see this dump. I will delete this one, previous one. Just to make it a little bit shorter name, okay? Do not copy-paste all the time. And now, let me analyze this dump file with Mimikatz. So, commands. Secure LSA, minidump cvh d lsas dump file. Secure LSA, logon passwords. And I see something interesting in output. Let's check it. Okay. Do you see anything interesting? On that remote machine, there is peer locked on, and I have at least two possibilities right now. First of all is the password in clear text, but the issue is that by default, Windows 8.1 and Windows 2012 R2 does not cache in this DLL, TS package DLL, the passwords in clear text. They don't do that anymore. So why it appears in here? What? It appears here because I have enabled terminal server single sign-on. You know what's that? And you perform remote desktop to some remote PC, and in group policy you have defined. Let me show you this group policy. Okay. Oops. And in group policy, I told them in policies, administrative template system, credential delegation. Yes, I have enabled delegation like this one. So now I can connect to any RDP server in my domain, and I will be logged on automatically. Okay, consider I didn't do that. Okay, and Windows 8.1 doesn't cache my password in clear text. Do I have any other option? Tell me. Yes, because I have anti-LM hash. So let's perform a pass the hash attack again. I will copy paste this hash, and I will spawn one more process. Let me minimize everything. So again, I need Mimikatz. Again, I need privilege the buck, secure LSA pass the hash. So again, Now the situation is completely different. I have captured the NTLM hash of domain user, not local user, okay? Of domain user. And guess what? You also can capture sometimes pin codes of smart cards. And that's not it, Evan. When you enable smart card and enforce smart card, tell me, does the user lose his password? No. And the password just simply is changed to random string, and that's it. But NTLM hash still presents. Okay, so pass the hash the user peer and the domain as DSS 2016 EU and NTLM hash as let's check. Okay, I have spawned one more CMD. Let's check if I have some access to domain controller or for some server or something. This is the server. In my case, this is also domain controller. Okay. 2012 CMD XZ. Host name as 2012. And who am I? Here. So in this demonstration, you see that it's not necessary to crack NTLM hashes. Just can take this hash and execute it and spawn process with this hash. And in seconds, you will own all the network with workstations. On some workstation, eventually, you will find some privileged user who has an access to servers. And then you will connect to server. I can just repeat this step again on the server, and you will get the domain admin hash password privileges, okay? This like that. Okay. Do you have any question by this moment? Yeah?
You said there is a password hash in a case of smart card login.
Yeah. There's a password.
Yeah, right. The password itself is going to be very long, like 128 or something. So probably the use of, you will not be able to see it in clear text.
Yeah.
But use it somehow, right? So this is just the only remark. Okay.
But you will take the hash. You don't need the password. The password is like this one. You see, this is the password of workstation. But you don't care. You take the hash and you just spawn processes.
You can search from the Google also by the hash.
What can you check?
NTLM hash you can search from the Google, and if it matches, then you can find it. Because it doesn't include the sort.
Okay, maybe. But again, in case you don't have that Google in place or something, you can do it. The countermeasures, you see, the very first issue was the unrestricted physical access, okay, or privileged user who can also launch this sequire hash dump executable and dump hashes. Another one. The second countermeasure is Microsoft Labs. Have you ever heard of Labs? Local administrator password solution, yeah, to maintain random passwords of local admins on each workstation. The workstation generates random password and publishes it on Active Directory. And you need some privileges to read this attribute. But your workstations will run, and servers, of course, will run a local administrator with a random password. Okay, was it hard? Try this at home. Basically, that's it. Half an hour.
Thank you very much, Peter. A round of applause for Peter.
Peter, here's the certificate for you. Congrats on a well done
I'm
presentation.
certified.
Yeah, certified ethical hacker.
Finally.
And a small gift from the organizers.
Thank you.